Juan, good evening. A special game for you tomorrow, and not because it's just the Champions League, but you're coming back to what was your home, even though it's a different stadium this time. It's a special club for you because you played here in England for Tottenham. Yes, these are always special types of games. Firstly, because it's the Champions League. It's one of the nicest professional club tournaments in the world. I was three years here. I can remember the inauguration of the stadium. I've got good memories of this stadium. I think it'll still be a great memory tomorrow. Some fresh great memories, hopefully. Hi. In your Group 3, there was Naples, Tottenham, other powerful teams. You've got Tottenham. We've seen the start of the season that they've had, Thomas Frank's team. They've won 3 out of 4 games, lost 1. They're in a good run of form. What do you think of the current Tottenham side? I think Tottenham last season, they didn't have a great season in the league, but they've always had some top players here. They've always had this great potential, which they're now realising and showing. And they did that in Europe, of course, last year. I think it's a very physical team, like strong, quick players, like most of the players are in the Premier League. They like to press high. We need to have to trust our own abilities and trust in our own players, the qualities that we have as a team, and try and take the game forward. I'm at the back. As a captain of Villarreal, you saw, what hope do you have going into this Champions League? The challenge is amazing. The opponents that you're going to be playing against. Well, the memory I have of the last Champions campaign, we enjoyed it as a town, as a club. It was a great memory. Lots of players have changed now. Lots of things have changed, but obviously the dreams are still there. They still remain. We want to start out on the road from scratch and start well. Tomorrow is a big opportunity for us to start on the right foot. You've played here. What sort of atmosphere do you expect tomorrow? They'll be full of hope and desire as well, Tottenham. If you concede a goal, it could affect the game. It's a real big game, for the atmosphere, their ability. Yeah, sure. Like every English teams and their fan bases, their supporters put pressure on you. They really cheer their sides on. The fans here, they'll be very, very happy, the club and their fans, to be playing in the Champions League again. It's been a while since they did that. So I imagine an amazing atmosphere tomorrow, a great atmosphere. I think that's going to help us as well. It'll serve as an extra motivation for us, I think. When you're playing top-level side, one of the best sides in the world in the Champions League, we're going to fight hard, we're going to enjoy it as family and friends out there on the field and enjoying knowing we've got the support of the town back home. I'd like to ask about the game itself. How do you visualise the game's going to go? It's going to be really intense, isn't it? High tempo, all the games are. How do you think it will play out? I think at the end of the day, a key for this game is that we're going to enjoy it. Last season we worked really hard to get this far into the Champions League. And we've got to keep in mind all that hard work that we put in and all those efforts we made to get ourselves in the Champions League. And now has arrived the moment to be able to play this great competition. So we've got to enjoy it. That's the best way of taking it on, I think. As soon as we get out on the field, it's going to be like a war, like every game. And we know we're going to be under pressure, as you say, we're going to suffer. But we're going to enjoy every moment of the game. If we have to suffer and undertake pressure, we will. And take our opportunities when we can. We'll give everything we can to give a good account of ourselves. this team have arrived in the semi-finals twice. But I think, is your first objective to get into the last 16 and then see what happens? Well, I think the objective now is to get as many points as we can in the league phase. Tomorrow's the first step in that quest. As you said, we got to the semi-finals twice, different circumstances, different kind of format that the Champions League had, but we did get to 2 semi-finals. We've got to trust in our own abilities, trust in ourselves, believe that we can compete with any side, and hopefully tomorrow we can start on the right foot. Hi. I want to ask you about one of your international teammates. He spoke really well about you in the press conference a few hours ago. What sort of problems can the forwards create for Kuti? I think they're going to have to cope with one of the best centre-backs in the world. I've known him a long time. We played a lot of the junior leagues against each other. We knew each other from 15, 16. Then we played together in the under-20s. We played together quite a few games as well. I'm very happy for him, for his present and how he's performing these days. He deserves it. He's a great player, but he's a top bloke as well, above all. One of the best in his position worldwide.
I won. Obviously, you've had a brilliant career since you left Tottenham, but I wondered, you kind of look back with a little tinge of regret that Mauricio left at the time he did, because it seemed like he really believed in you, and maybe you would have kicked on if he had remained at the club.
Well, I was so young when I came here from Argentina, and I think the club and Mauricio helped me a lot to settle here in London. It was my first experience in Europe, so all my life I will be grateful with Tottenham and with Mauricio, with Mourinho, with all the coaches that I have, all my teammates. So, of course, I have a very good very good memories here.
And then just finally from me, as a kind of a squad and I guess as a leadership group, have you kind of spoke to Thomas Partey about maybe what he might expect tomorrow? He's obviously a former Arsenal player, so he would have got a certain type of reception anyway, but there is accusations over his head as well. Have you kind of spoke to him about what he might face tomorrow night?
No, I didn't spoke with him yet. But of course, he played in Arsenal, so the atmosphere is gonna be against him for sure.
No more questions in English. Last one over there, please.
Hi, Juan. What have you made of Tottenham under their new manager, Thomas Frank, so far this season?
Sorry, can you repeat slowly?
What have you made of Tottenham so far this season with their new manager, Thomas Frank?
Well, repeat again, please. But slowly, please.
Sorry.
Slowly. Yeah, I think they made a big step in Premier League from last season. As I said, in Europa League they did really well with the last coach. But this season in Premier League they are showing a lot of strength in the back. They are pressing a lot. They are scoring good goals. So now we have to be very focused to manage this game.
And my last one, you were in the squad when Tottenham played Liverpool in the Champions League final. What are your memories of that game?
Well, not very good. But yeah, it was a moment in my career that I will never forget. I remember all my family there in Madrid, in Spain, in Atlético Madrid Stadium. For me was unbelievable because I was in Argentina 2 years ago, and in that moment I was playing or being in the bench in a Champions League final. So that season gave me a lot of experience, and as I said, I'm very glad with Tottenham.
Muy bien, pasamos